Hey guys, guess who I'm with today? My friend Kaylyn Sharetti, my little
Hello.
Italian sister.
Hello.
How are you? Welcome in.
Good morning. I'm wonderful.
Yes,
How are
well,
you?
I'm doing well. I'm excited to be here with you and get to know more about
I
you.
love that.
So we're featuring Kaylyn today and her as a woman entrepreneur. So I want you to tell us how it all started.
How it all started was a career pivot that I decided to make after leaving a predominantly male dominated industry about 3 years ago. And I made the leap and I invested in myself and I started my own boutique.
Oh, so cute. I love the name. So how did you come up with the name?
My mother. So my mom is a huge flower person, and lilies are some of her favorite.
Mine
And
too.
my mom was born and raised in California,
Oh, where?
in Los Angeles. She was
Oh.
yeah, she was born in Los Angeles. So she moved with her father when she was a teenager to Pittsburgh because that's where he was an iron worker and he had work here. And so she got here, met my dad later in teenage years. They stayed together, and here I am. After college, it was a goal of mine to go back to LA. I was like, I need to work in LA. I need to know, why she is the way she is, how she is, whatever. But anyway, she's a huge flower child. So when I came back and I was like, Mom, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, if I do start a store, what do I call it? And she was like, how about Cali Lilly? And like a Calla Lily. And I was like, I love that. Because you can't tell your mom no.
Right,
You
right.
can't tell her no.
And it's
So
forever with you, right?
forever, she named it. So
Yeah. I love that.
Mhm.
So I guess tell me what inspired you starting the store. I know I love the way you dress, right? I've
Thank you.
seen you around and I'm like, oh, she has got such cool style.
Thank you.
So how did all that start? Like where do you shop for your products?
So for my products or so a lot of the wholesalers that I use, similar stores, similar such as Free People, Von Mar, Buckle, they all carry similar brands that I carry. So we use a lot of the same manufacturers. A lot of sourcing came from going to events, going to different shows, fashion shows, not necessarily like shows, but conferences is what where I'm getting at, conventions, doing the footwork really. And then I wanted that California vibe and I wanted California source clothes, like laid back professionalism, like something that like people on the East Coast, like New York has its own vibe. Everything has its own vibe. I think Pittsburgh kind of needed an actual vibe, not just like yoga pants and a hoodie to go out, drinking. Like you can still wear two things. You can wear a sweater and some cute pants. It's the same thing.
Right.
But you just look cute whenever you have like two actual pieces of clothing, like articles of clothing that are more like they have not structure to them, but a category to them as opposed to, yoga pants and a hoodie.
It's like I think people get so comfortable in a basic template, like, oh,
Right.
this is my jeans and my t-shirt, right?
Right.
But finding your personality. I've always been into fashion too, and coming from California as well.
Right.
I think we have a lot in common, and I want to spread the word too, right? So
Right.
like, let us help you.
Exactly.
Look cool.
And it can be fun and it can be comfortable still. And it doesn't have to be difficult. You and I were at a meeting the other day at a chamber commerce meeting. And one of the women at the meeting was like, how did you put that together? I literally had one, like a sweater on and a cute pair of pants. We had the same clothes on. She had a pair of pants and a sweater on, but it's the article of clothing that you choose. And you really have to trust your source. You have to trust the store and trust that they're choosing the right store for you. Like I curate everything in the store. I'm not just buying something that I would never wear. If I'm buying it, I'm wearing it first and then I'm putting it in the store.
Right, you're the walking billboard. But where can people find you? Like, how do they shop Cali Lilly?
So the website is thecalililly.com. Super simple. TheCalilly, super easy. And events. I do events now all over the city. We were talking a little earlier and I'd let you know that my schedule keeps growing. So from year one, it was, one event a month or one event a week. Then it grew to 2. Now I'm up to like 4 to 5 events a week from May until November. Just showing the fashion.
Yeah. And so do you do this by yourself or do you have help?
My mother, my mom, I love that woman. She loves to help me. Like if she retires, she's a nurse. If she retires, she probably won't actually retire. She'll probably just come to the store.
Join you.
Yeah, it's her
Family
thing.
business.
It's her thing. I also have really great Pitt students, actually, the girls at Pitt, because they also get an employee discount.
Right.
So, they get the clothing at manufacturer price, which is great for them.
Mm-hmm.
But they love the events. So the girls are great.
So as you expand, are you going to be looking for more people to help you maybe run like a pop-up somewhere else?
Absolutely. I would love like anybody in the space, and you don't even have to be a girl. It could be, whoever, as long as you're in the fashion minded space where it doesn't have to be complicated. You can pick two cute things and put them together and you have an outfit.
Yeah.
Male, female, it doesn't matter.
I think it's finding passionate people too. And we were talking a little bit about that earlier, is how challenging it is to find people that actually want to work anymore. So
yeah.
Do you struggle with that or?
I do. Anymore, I think, and I'm in my mid 30s, but I find it difficult to find people that want to do anything but their social life in it. I think there is a fine line between like maturing and realizing that your work life ends up being a large part of your social life, but also that nobody promised that you would never have to work. Like that is the foundation of society, right? Is that everybody has a role and everybody fills that role, and that's how society functions. Like I hope that, more kids in their 20s and in their teens find something that they enjoy being a part of to keep that going.
I agree.
Especially for small businesses.
And I think you're doing the right thing. Just getting students, right? You're getting them out there. They're doing it for fun because they love the fashion. But
right.
You're teaching them not only life skills, but work skills, right? And that's
right.
missing in our society. So
right.
being a, young woman entrepreneur, this is inspirational to young women out there, how important it is to find that spot for yourself, right?
Right. And also there's something like there is a missing link between, I think, a lot of kids. Even when I was a student, I thought that my career had to follow exactly what I went to school for. Like I went to school for sustainability. I studied natural resource management. I focused on improving infrastructure. My first internship was a few months at city planning. Then it was assistant director of an organic farm. I don't do any of that now. It led me into procurement. I still do sustainability, but I focus on economic sustainability. I focus on this, like the longevity of a business. I don't necessarily focus on the sustainability of running, a functional, a greenhouse anymore, but I still focus on sustainability. So I think that when these kids that I'm like the kids that, do the events with me and students that I meet at Pitt, when they do help, it gives them more, it opens their eyes like, okay, I might be going to school for this, but my career path might take me a different way to where I'm not necessarily locked in to do this forever.
Right.
Yeah.
Kaylyn, I wanted to know, where can we find you in Pittsburgh? Like, where are these pop-up shops? Because obviously I want to come.
Yeah, no, they're so much fun too. And there's also, it's a great community. So it's all local businesses at all the pop-ups, and the event coordinators do a great job hand selecting. So there's not too many of one type of vendor. But they are in the Strip District on Saturdays from May through October. They are in the Strip District for Babes and Bubbles, which is ran by Women Who Rock. That's a fun organization.
That's cool.
Yeah, proceeds from the vendors that sign up for that go to Women's Health Research, which is great. They are at Moon Parks and Recreation every other Wednesday. They are at Swickley the first Friday of every month, I believe. We do, or either the first or last Friday. Downtown, it is so much fun.
Yeah.
It's all local Swickley businesses, but also businesses in the surrounding Swickley area.
Okay.
But like food, drinks, wine, the streets are closed down. It's a vibe, a lot of family-friendly stuff.
I love that.
Yeah, and also on the North Shore, there are a bunch of fun events. Like I do all the prides. So Pride is in the like North Allegheny Park area, but Babesburg is focused on just women-owned businesses, which is the vibe. And that is on the actual North Shore, like by the river.
Okay.
And then the PGH Creative does great events where she shuts down the North Shore, kind of between like Tequila Cowboy and Southern Tier.
Okay.
And there's
Cool.
usually a band and fun things like that too there.
On your website, do you have a calendar of all these events?
I do. On social medias
Okay.
is the best place to find the event calendars. The website, I might add a blog to the website. What do you think? A little something, you know, like a little,
Yeah.
maybe like info pieces.
Yeah.
Maybe, but it's definitely on the socials. So the Cali Lilly lifestyle.
I feel like that's the easiest way, right?
100% Facebook and Instagram. Yeah.
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 So, well, awesome. Well, Kaylyn, thank you so much for visiting us today. And I am just so excited to come shopping because that's my vibe completely.
Yeah.
But anyways, more power to you, girl.
Thank
and
you.
Keep going. I can't wait for you to have bigger pop-ups everywhere.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Take care, everybody.